From the beginning, we had 12. Now, it's down to just 4. The League Championship Series begins with the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Mets at Dodger Stadium. The NLCS, starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, that's the time of the first pitch. The Dodgers, one of the high-flying teams in the MLB against the Mets, will begin a surge in June. And from then on, they have continued to take off. Francisco Lindor and the Mets making their first NLCS appearance since they went to the World Series in 2015. The Dodgers in their NL League leading 16th NLCS appearance. So we go on to the play. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. Welcome to Los Angeles. The Mets eliminate the Dodgers in the last 2 postseason meetings between the two teams. And here at Dodger Stadium, the Dodgers, they want to exact revenge on that. It's also noted that every team that's beaten the Milwaukee Brewers in the postseason has went on to go to the World Series. The Mets want to continue that trend. The Dodgers look to end that. As we go into this game, we first begin with the Mets. What to expect from them. Kodai Senga made just 1 start in the regular season, but was surprisingly handed the ball in Game 1 of the NLDS against the Philadelphia Phillies. He pitched just 2 innings, striking out 3 and giving up a leadoff home run to Kyle Schwarber. The velocity on his fastball is down almost a full tick from last season, which is a bit of a concern. And I don't think we'll see him for very long in this game. David Peterson will lead them in Game 1 and pitch innings 3 through 5, holding the Phillies scoreless while only giving up 1 hit. Peterson was drastically overperforming his expected metrics for the first half of the season, but he's been very good since the All-Star break. He's dominant against lefties as well, allowing 259 WOBA to them this season, so it wouldn't be surprising if it comes for Ohtani's second at-bat, with 3 of the Dodgers' top 5 hitters all being lefties. And this Mets at-bats have come up in timely situations around the postseason. But the Dodgers, they are 4-2 in the regular season against the Mets. All games were before June, however. Starting pitchers 686 in the postseason, but relievers 222. The Mets, on the other hand, under 250 ERA among starting pitchers, a 4 ERA, 401 exactly among relievers. That's one of the big storylines. Through 2 playoff series, the Mets have a collective 104 WRC+. They have a good matchup in Game 1 against Jack Flaherty, given how much success they've had against righties this season. And Flaherty is much worse against righties than he is against lefties, which works well for the Mets, who can stack 7 righties in their lineup. And the bullpen has been hit or miss in the postseason, and down the stretch of the regular season. Command issues have been plaguing them, especially Edwin Diaz, who is their closer. For the last 3 days, they had the second worst location plus rating, and were also in the bottom 10 in walk rate. Those control issues have continued into the postseason, and the Mets bullpen has a 474 walk per 9 innings through 7 games. For LA, Flaherty got roughed up in Game 2 against San Diego and down the stretch of the regular season. It's clear he's not the same pitcher that he was with the Detroit Tigers. He's battled injuries for the last couple of years after pitching an entire season, and he's starting to wear down. Its velocity has taken a dip by almost a full mile an hour on both his fastball and slider in September. Its velocity returned to normal in Game 2, but there's a clear trend that he's continually gotten worse over the course this season. This will be a similarly bad matchup for him because the Mets have a pretty similar at-bats to the Padres in the fact that they are one of the 5 best offenses against righties. Not only that, but the Mets are also top 10 in XWOBA against both right-handed fastballs and sliders. So I think we'll see Flaherty have similar struggles reminiscent of Game 2 in the NLDS. What's been working for them, however, is the bullpen. Though the Mets, they've won the NLDS meeting against the Dodgers in 2015 and 2006, the Dodgers won the only NLCS meeting between these two teams in 1988. And for the Dodgers, a key strength for them is their bullpen. They went with a full bullpen in Game 4, and they were able to pitch a shutout. They then called on their bullpen for the final 4 innings in Game 5, and they didn't even allow any Padres into scoring position. In fact, they have held the Padres without a run for the final 24 innings of that matchup. 25 if you count on Game 3. The last score being in the second. The Dodgers bats were very quiet in Game 5 despite home runs from Kike and Teoscar Hernandez. In their series against the Padres, the Dodgers had only a 296 WOBA and 91 WRC+, and the top of the order has relatively struggled. So Flaherty was given a longer leash to work out of Jansen's previous start, but it wouldn't be surprising to see if Dave Roberts calls his bullpen early again, especially following an off day on Saturday. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman would combine 12 and 52 if only 4 extra base hits over the 5-game series. They have to improve there. Otherwise, it's going to swing the door wide open for the Mets. So as we're closing into game time, we'll take a look at our starting lineups. Kodai Senga being the starter for the Mets at the mound. Francisco Lindor is the leadoff batter at shortstop. Mark Vientos at third base. Brandon Nimmo at left field. Pete Alonso at first base. Starling Marte at right field. Jesse Winker at DH. Candelita. Jose Iglesias at second base. He is 7th in the order. Tyrone Taylor at center field. And Francisco Alvarez at catcher. Senga's make his third start this season, combined between the regular season and the postseason. July 26th and October 5th were his 2 starts. Flaherty is seeking his first postseason win since 2019. He's 1-4 with a 4.15 ERA in his postseason career, and he wants to get back on track. He is the starting pitcher for tonight's game. Ohtani is the leadoff batter, playing at DH. Mookie Betts at right field, as he was right on the Fox studio with Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, and Alex Rodriguez. Freddie Freeman at first base. Teoscar Hernandez at left field. Will Smith at catcher, Max Muncy at third base, Kike Hernandez at center field, Gavin Lux at second base, and Tommy Edman at shortstop. And Edman's playing the shortstop position, and with Kike playing at center field because of the injury to Miguel Rojas at shortstop. So we continue to look onwards throughout here, and we're also going to monitor the live scores around the NHL and the NFL. Yeah, majority of the NFL games already over and done with. We can take a look at those games in the meantime. So the most recent final score being a scoregami. The Detroit Lions blow the Dallas Cowboys out the water 47-9, exacting revenge for last season's Monday Night Football debacle. So as for the other final scores, the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 32-13 in a big commanding victory. In London, the Chicago Bears 35-16, the final over there. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the Bears took over from start to finish, with Caleb Williams throwing 4 touchdown passes. 2 to Cole Kmet and 2 to Keenan Allen. Trevor Lawrence tried to get the Jags into this, but even for his efforts, it wasn't enough. Even with Evan Engram getting 10 catches for 1 or 2 yards. The Green Bay Packers defeat the Arizona Cardinals 34-13. Off a stellar performance with Jordan Love. 4 touchdown passes on the day. 22-32 for 258 yards. And he fed his guys very well. 1 to Jaden Reed, 1 to Romeo Doubs, who made his return. 1 to Christian Watson, and another to Dobbs. So Dobbs has 2 touchdown catches in his return to the Packers. The Indianapolis Colts give the Tennessee Titans new meme material of a 20-17 victory. I'm not even joking you on this. Josh Downs and Michael Pittman Jr. have the touchdown on receptions with Joe Flacco. Nick Westbrook-Akine and Tony Pollard a touchdown catch and touchdown run respectively for Tennessee. The 2 field goals from Matt Gay were the difference. 26 and 22 yards out. Nick Folk made one from 44 yards out for Tennessee. The Houston Texans, smarter than New England Patriots 41-21 and improved to 5-1. As this offense continues to be one of the most efficient in the NFL. Tank Dell, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, all fed nicely. And Dameon Pierce even got his fair share of his workload late in the game, with the game already out of hand. 41-21, the victory for H-Town as they outgained the Pats 368-291 continuing Travis Scott's Utopia. The Tampa Bay area, ravaged by Hurricane Milton over last week, the Buccaneers deliver an emotional victory for the Tampa Bay area after the Lightning deliver an emotional victory for the Tampa area and the St. Petersburg area of a 4-1 win over the Hurricanes. The Bucs down the New Orleans Saints 51-27, and while the Saints made things interesting in the second quarter by scoring 27 points in that second frame, no Derek Carr loomed large there. And Spencer Rattler throwing 2 picks didn't fare better either. Even for Baker Mayfield throwing 3 picks, he made up for that with his 4 touchdown passes, 24-36, a 325 yards. And he made sure to feed Chris Godwin, Sean Tucker, Godwin again, and Cade Otton. Even Antoine Winfield Jr. was into it with a 58-yard scoop and score. Bucky Irving and Sean Tucker also found pay dirt on touchdown runs late in the game. The Philadelphia Eagles take down the Cleveland Browns 20-16, pushing Cleveland to 1-5. The Eagles back in the division race with the Washington Commanders losing. More on that later. The big difference, Devontae Smith with a 45-yard reception from Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter, and A.J. Brown got a 22-yarder. The lone touchdown from Cleveland was Rodney McCown getting a 50-yard return of a blocked field goal and returning it all the way to the end zone. So, in the regular season, Francisco Lindor and Shohei Ohtani were the 2 NL MVP leaders. Ohtani in the postseason, however, is 420 with a home run and 4 RBI and OPS of 623. Lindor, 7-27 with 1 home run, 6 RBI, and an OPS, in that regard, of an 864. So Lindor is backing up his NL MVP case, even though he's the presumptive NL MVP runner-up. Though he is backing up the case. Very strong. So Kevin Kiermaier and Brent Honeywell Jr. were added to the roster for Los Angeles as there were injuries to Alex Vesia and Miguel Rojas, which puts them on the inactive list. Michael Grove was on the roster for the NLDS, but he was placed on the inactive list as he was injured. Ben Kasparius added to the active roster in Grove's absence. Jeff McNeil and Adam Ottavino swapped spots. McNeil added in. Ottavino has been removed. He has no appearances this postseason, so he will not be relied on by the Mets throughout this NLCS. So he will be watching from the press box. And McNeil, who was an inactive in the NLDS, he gets added to the active roster for the Mets, though he will be coming off the bench. He is an infielder, but he at the place in which he normally plays, he is listed as a utility player. However, he primarily plays at second base. And with Jose Iglesias performing nicely at second base, the Mets won't need McNeil's services for this current moment. So Francisco Alvarez, who is at the bottom of the order, he has a start at catcher. Jack Flaherty lasted 90 pitches on 5 1/3 innings pitched in Game 2 against San Diego. It was a loss. He allowed 5 hits, 4 runners, a walk in that bad performance. The fastball, he used 47% of the time. Knuckle curve at 28, slider 21. 2-seam fastball 3%, and the changeup at 1%. So primarily he uses a 4-seam fastball, a knuckle curve, and a slider. Those are his 3 primary pitches. And a 3 that he likes the most. So the Mets will be facing those 3 pitches a lot between the 4-seam fastball, the knuckle curve, and the slider. So we begin with the Mets in this order. Kodai Senga, first up on the starting rotation. And a rotation that includes Luis Severino, who has been the Mets' ace this season, Sean Manaea, and Jose Quintana. Bullpen consisting of Reed Garrett, Jose Butto, Phil Maton, Tyler McGill, David Peterson, Ryan Stanek, who is the primary setup man, Danny Young, and their closer, Edwin Diaz. So Flaherty pitching to Lindor to begin with. The first one is down the middle on a fastball, 93. Light work here. And an update from Edmonton. Jeff Skinner gets his first goal as a member of the Edmonton Oilers to get them on for the board as Lindor grounds his second, picked up by Lux, 1 up and 1 away. So Jeff Skinner gets his first as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. We'll look to get the first win of the season. They're in the Battle of Alberta. Skinner from Matthias Ekholm and Connor McDavid. Mark Vientos has a .329 batting average against fastballs. Against Flaherty, it's a 44% pitch usage on fastballs. Vientos has 7 RBI to go over it as well. So whenever Vientos sees a fastball, he's usually going to get that one off. He swings and misses on one. He liked that one. It was through the right side. 12-28 this postseason for Vientos with 2 home runs and 7 RBI and 1.181 OPS. The hottest batter in the postseason right now, not named Fernando Tatis Jr. Bottom left. 0-2 count. It's another fastball. That time Vientos did not go. You figured that Vientos would go at another one, but it's not here. The 0-2 for Flaherty. That's low. That's a knuckle curve at 78 miles an hour, which is a 1-2 count now. The Ravens down to Washington Commanders 30-23, and Lamar Jackson getting the Ravens back on track. The Dodgers have pitched 24 consecutive scoreless innings. That was in the final 24 innings of that series with the San Diego Padres in the NLDS. The 1-2. And Vientos did not go. It's a slider 87. It's now 2-2. So Mark Andrews, he gets his first touchdown of the year. And Mark Andrews' fantasy managers have been waiting for this moment. Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns, 2 yards and 7 yards out. The 2-2. Ground ball fouled on a curveball. Vientos stays alive. Jaden Daniels, 24-35 with 269 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lamar went for 323 passing yards. Zay Flowers with 9 catches, 132 yards. So Lamar, as dangerous as he is a runner as he is a passer. Another 2-2. Punches out on a curveball at 80 miles an hour, and Flaherty gets his first K. And there is Symphony Number 5, the famous song by Beethoven that's playing along at Dodger Stadium. Now it's a perfectly placed curveball, which faked out Vientos and have him sitting down. The Dodgers got him minutes before the trade deadline. From the Detroit Tigers, this is Brandon Nimmo. Just to the right of the zone at 94. Nimmo is 7-26, 772 OPS. Throughout the postseason, a home run and 4 RBI. And with these late game heroics, it's not the same player that will get these late game heroics. This time, Flaherty fits it to the inside the right line, which fakes out Nimmo. It's 1-1 at 93 on the fastball. Terry McLaurin got 2 touchdown catches for Washington in the losing effort. Big swing and miss on a knuckle curve. 79 miles an hour that time around. The Chargers held off a Broncos comeback attempt. Bo Nix looked bad in the first half, but he looked better with time passing on. 23-16. No swing on a knuckle curve. It was low. 2-2. Justin Herbert, 21-34, and that was with Jim Harbaugh leaving the game with an onus. Nimmo has 19 RBI in the last 22 games, which includes postseason, which is a nice place for him to be at. And Kodai Senga is warming up. In the meantime, waiting for his turn to come out the dugout. Pitch clock is counting down. The 2-2. Wildly upstairs. 3-2. It's now a full count. And Nix, despite starting 4-14, he finished 19-33, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick, trying to rally the Broncos back in the game, but no can do. Payoff pitch. And this is up the middle, and just like that, it's right in the eyesight of Tommy Edman. He'll field that like a wide receiver playing for the Rams. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman against Senga to begin with for the Dodgers. After the 25th scoreless inning, the Dodgers have pitched. We'll be back. In the meantime, the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Giants are already underway. We're now at the bottom of the order with Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman being the first free off for the Dodgers. Freeman, a former MVP with the Atlanta Braves, going over to the Dodgers after the 2021 World Series. See how this Dodgers lineup stacks up against the Mets with the league's best record since May 30th. Lasted 5 1/3 innings on July 26th, 73 pitches along 2 earned runs. In the NLDS in Game 1, had an earned run on 31 pitches. So around for the NFL and their games, with the Steelers defeating the Raiders 32-13, we can get through a rundown of that. 80 miles an hour on a cutter. Ohtani didn't go. And it was the Steelers' day. Justin Fields with 2 touchdown runs, and Najee Harris with 1 of his own. 36 yards out for Najee, who totaled 106 yards on the day. Senga delivers the 1-0. Ohtani on a bouncer. This is fielded by Iglesias, and he and Alonso will put him away. 1 up and 1 away. So now it is Mookie Betts, who is now up. So with the Lions taking down the Cowboys on the 47-9 blowout, it is a rout of each player getting fed. David Montgomery, Sam Laporta, Montgomery again, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. They each took their turns. Mookie Betts, who has 2 home runs in the Padres series. Oh, he just got out of the way of that fastball. That was so close to hitting him. Wow. 889 OPS. But he, just like the rest of the Dodgers bats, struggled against Yu Darvish, despite the 2 home runs from Teoscar and Kike Hernandez. Teoscar is batting 4th. The 1-0. That spike to the dirt. A forkball, which is rare in the MLB. Though Mookie is 3 for 3 against Senga in his career. A home run and an RBI. At the bat, the Atlanta Falcons, they defeated the Carolina Panthers 38-20. And will look to be a close game it was until the 4th quarter. The 2-0. Outside on the cutter, 91 miles an hour, and Senga staring at a danger area. Close affair between these 2 NFC South rivals. Bijan Robinson, Deontay Johnson, Drake London, and Xavier Leggett got involved. 3-0 pitch, 4 straight balls, and Mookie's gonna walk. So Mookie's perfect track record against Senga will stay intact. And this will guarantee that 1 more batter will come up for the Dodgers unless there is a double play. And Freddie Freeman's coming up to the plate. 4-14 in this postseason. As Freeman is gonna dance along to Baila Conmigo if he gets if he gets one towards the bases, but not here. 1-0 counts. That was a wild pitch that was way off, and a good catch by Alvarez to prevent Mookie from going to second base. Let's go Dodgers chants here at LA. Bengals are driving in the meantime. We'll pay attention to that game as it goes along. Mookie Betts is on his way. He fought better of it though. Cutter 90. He wanted to steal second base. He fought better of it. The Wild and Jets are tied. 1 apiece. The Wild got on the board first, thanks to Jake Middleton with the assist from Marco Rossi. The 1-1. Spike to the dirt. 2-1 as Alvarez, he went running right afterwards. Something was up. 2-1 count. It was spiked a couple times from Kodai Senga, who was trying to get back on his groove. The Jets tied up with Mark Scheifele scoring his 4th of the year, the assist from Adam Lowry. The Jets have tied it with Connor Hellebuck pulled at the end of the first period. That's a move that you usually see in EA Sports NHL, as the pickoff was unsuccessful from Senga. Betts got back to first. So we have someone who can command the strike zone with its will. Kraken and Stars. Oh, Mookie did not go as Freeman fouls this to left. On a fastball, 94. It is now a 2-2 count. So, as you look at the starting net minors in Seattle and Dallas, the game over at American Airlines Center, Philip Grubauer and Casey DeSmith. Another pickoff attempt. And there's a second disengagement used by Senga. That too was unsuccessful. So Mookie was not picked off. So if you're going to successfully pick off someone, it has to be successful. Otherwise, it will be a ball. The 2-2 this time. Full count. Another fork ball. It's very frisky, but it's now a full count for Freeman. Senga is staring at another walk here. You have to figure that you want to have him command that strike zone. Mookie's on his way. And there is the walk. Carter 91, that was to the outside. And you have both Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman on the bases, second and first. And with Teoscar Hernandez, who had the insurance marker solo home run to left field. Both home runs were to left field. Those were the only runs that Yu Darvish gave up. He was credited with the loss, though he is also credited with a quality start, considering that this game was a rather low-scoring pitcher's duel between him and Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the first ever game to feature an all-Japanese starting pitcher matchup. 12 pitches in for Senga, and already it's a little frisky for him. Who knows if this could be a short outing for him. First pitch for Teoscar. It is upstairs, 94 miles an hour for the former Blue Jay. 7 RBI this postseason. That's tied for second in the MLB. And Teoscar has been on fire throughout. He wants to get another one. Senga looks his second. Now he delivers. Oh, that's in and out. No movement from Betts and Freeman, who stay over at second and first. Already we're looking at the relievers for the Mets. And who knows if Carlos Mendoza is going to phone in the bullpen if there's a danger area to look at. Let's go Dodgers chance here at LA, the city of angels. Senga delivers a 2-0. Frio on a cutter. 89 miles an hour, and the fans like that. So Kodai Senga is treading on dangerous waters here at the bottom of the first. And back in late May, the Mets last saw the Dodgers. That series changed this season. So I'll discuss more on this later. The Frio, bases loaded. It's outside on the cutter. 91 is to the right. And Jeremy Hefner is moving his way to the mound. He wants to calm down Senga's nerves. You'd figure this could be a short outing for him, unless anything else. Remember, he got a short outing against the Philadelphia Phillies. And back in his lone start in the regular season, he re-aggravated his injury. He only appeared in one regular season start. Francisco Lindor is looking to calm his nerves. And speaking of Francisco Lindor, he called the Mets to a players-only meeting at Citi Field right after the Dodgers swept the Mets in 3 games in that series. It's a reversal that wound up sparking the Mets to the NL Series. It's against NLCS against who else but the Dodgers. 2 nights after the Mets beat the Phillies to advance to the NLCS, the Dodgers pushed aside their own division rival, the Padres. And Brandon Nimmo said, it's not going to be easy. None of this is. That's what postseason's all about. But we like our chance against anybody. The Dodgers won 4-6 regular season matchups against the Mets. But that doesn't tell the whole story. The Mets have been the MLB's best team by record since May 30th, the day after their last series against the Dodgers ended. The Dodgers have battled injuries all year, particularly on their pitching rotation. Tyler Glasnow and Gavin Stone are out. First pitch. Will Smith delivers this one up. It is going to shallow center. It will be fielded by Tyrone Taylor. Now here comes Mookie Betts. He'll think better of it. He'll retreat back to third base. So it will not be a sacrifice fly, as Taylor, he had a cannon of an arm, throwing all the way to home plate for Alvarez. It was not deep enough, so Betts will stay put. It is not a sac fly. The Mets also have some fortuitous recent history on their side as well. 9 years ago, an underdog Mets team walks into the Chavez Ravine and upset the Dodgers in the decisive Game 5 of the NLDS that made it all the way to the World Series, and he wanted to do something similar this time around. But the perennially contending Dodgers, as Max Muncy takes strike one on the cutter on 93, the perennially contending Dodgers have other ideas. They want to prove that despite all the adversity they face, they have what it takes to run deep into October and add a second World Series title in their last 5 years. The 0-1. Spike to the dirt. And that's a good block by Alvarez that forced Betts back to third. It is not a pass ball nor a wild pitch. So his knee down, a good block on the chest place. Alvarez ran to the location of the ball at the right side of Muncy. Let's go Dodgers chance here. The 1-1. Well upstairs on a cutter. It is 92 miles an hour that time around. Muncy batting 167. You remember, after the injury to Vesia, the options on the bullpen. Vesia has been the team's left-handed reliever over the course of the season. He's been a leader down at the bullpen with a 176 ERA. 2-1. Muncy delivers to center field. That's going to score in Betts. Dodgers on the board. The throw to Senga. And Freddie Freeman is in. 2-0. LA. Rob Lowe has to be fired up with that one. This place set on fire early on, thanks to Max Muncy, his scoring Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Saw a cutter he liked, and with the bases loaded, Muncy delivers a liner to center field, slashing one down, short of Tyrone Taylor. And that is good enough to score in 2. Redemption there. Mad Max on his way through Fury Road. Now Kike Hernandez, who was the hero of Game 5 against the Padres, he's now up. Good block. And this one's way back. I thought it was a good block, but it was a wild pitch that moves the bases. Now you got Teoscar Hernandez at third base because of that. And Will Smith. And you got Max Muncy at second base as well. Teoscar at third, Muncy at second. 1-0 on Kike Hernandez as he wants to deliver some more. This first inning, good for the Dodgers. Kike, fielded by Senga. Simple toss over to Pete Alonso. That puts the Dodgers away to end the first. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman have the runs. That is thanks to Max Muncy on his 2-run RBI base hit to center. Second inning is next. last time these two teams met was in the 2015 NLDS. Flaherty throws strike 1 on Pete Alonso. In Game 5, it was Daniel Murphy who hit a solo home run, and Juris Familia made a 2-inning save as there's a curveball at 77 miles an hour. 0-2 count for Alonso, who is a free agent after this season. 16 pitches in for Flaherty. Juris Familia asked for a 2-inning save. Ball 1, 1-2, slider 85. So Familia was asked to do something that he has never had to do in his career in the postseason. The 1-2 downstairs on a fastball which was at 91 miles an hour. It was not done in the postseason by any Mets pitcher since Jesse Orozco saved Game 7 of the 1986 World Series. In Familia, he set down all 6 of his batters. The 2-2. Low drive and a miss. Flaherty got it with the slider, was low at the strike zone, and that is the second strikeout for Flaherty, the former Tiger and former Oriole. If you don't hit with the fastball, it's hard for these hitters to pull away, and that time Flaherty wants to go something other than his fastball. Was a long-time pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals for 7 years. Acquired by the Orioles. Top right corner for Starling Marte. 533 is his OPS. 420. 0-1 count. The 0-1. It adds downstairs on a fastball. Now it becomes a 1-1 count. Straight to the Orioles in the midst of last year's deadline. The Cardinals being sellers. The 1-1. That's downstairs as well on a slider, 86. 2-1 count. And the Bengals, they struck first. Joe Burrow running from 47 yards out. Evan McPherson converted on his extra point attempt. The 2-1. Bouncing ball foul to left. Burrow as far as 2 of 5 or 19 yards. Daniel Jones 2 of 4, 17 yards. And the Edmonton Oilers make it 2-0. And the final score in overtime, the Winnipeg Jets take it 2-1. And that is thanks to Kyle Connor on the power play. 51 seconds in. The 2-2 to Marte. Full count now, slider 86. Dallas has made it 2-0 on the Kraken with 2 minutes to go in the first period. The first one was Sam Steele from Colin Blackwell and Thomas Harley. Second one is Wyatt Johnson from Jamie Benn and Logan Stankoven. 2 goals in 13 seconds as the sun begins to set at La La Land. Payoff pitch. Takes the fastball, and there is the first strikeout. Put it perfectly. Picture perfect at the bottom left corner. The Mets start the season 22-33. They beat the Braves on the last day of the season, clinch a wild card berth on doubleheader drama. They defeat the Brewers in the NLWCS in 3 games, and the Philadelphia Phillies in 4 games in the NLDS. First pitch here, ball 1, and that's for Jesse Winker, who has gained a reputation of being a trash talker in the MLB. The Oilers thought they scored, however the goal was waved off. This one's cracked over to Lux, and that is simply tossed to Freeman to take us to the middle of the second. So, Kodai Senga and company look to bounce back after a bad first inning. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman get the Dodgers on the board. We'll return momentarily. Dodgers lead 2-0. Thanks to Max Muncy to score in Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Alec Nava here with you as it's this ball one that was taken by Gavin Lux. Kodai Senga is still going. He's making his third start of the season. Regular season and postseason combined. Ball two. Cutter this time around for Lux. So far, in the first inning, Senga delivered 23 pitches, 7 strikes, issued 3 walks, only struck out 2, did not strike out a single batter. Oof. That is a rough inning for Kodai Senga. His ERA spikes up to 9.00 because of that. 3-0, right for Gavin Lux. Tommy Edmonds on deck. That's down the middle. So Senga finds the strike zone. That's the 8th strike he has delivered. And foul balls also count as strikes in that regard, if they're within a 2-strike count. The 3-1. Ball 4, and that is another walk issued by Senga, the 4th time he has walked a batter. So he is treading on dangerous waters thus far. And with Tommy Edman coming up, sure, Edman hasn't been that spectacular at the bat, but Kodai Senga is not doing himself any favors. And Shohei Ohtani batting 190 this postseason. Not really the best of looks for him, but nonetheless. Timeout is called. Pitch clock violation here, so it's an automatic ball issued by the umpires because the pitch clock has expired. It's only the first game, but so far, Senga is having himself very rough. And yeah, that did not look good, as this is a sacrifice bunt. That'll move Gavin Lux to second base at the expense of Edman. So that moves Edman into scoring position, and with him sacrificing himself, and here comes that man, Shohei Ohtani. Can he deliver a clutch run here for the Dodgers in this game 1? His only home run came in game 1 against the Padres. It was a 3-run shot. And the top of the order has to deliver here because he and Mookie Betts have struggled against the Padres. Namely, Yu Darvish. So Ohtani up against Senga. Japanese batter against Japanese pitcher. First pitch. It's a slash to right field. Alonso can't reach it. Gavin Lux. He's on his way. It's showtime. An outside pitch that time as Alonso can't reach it. It was way out of his reach. And as soon as it hit right field, right at the spot where standing there was Starling Marte, Gavin Lux knew he was in a grade A spot to move this one through. And that's going to do it for Kodai Senga. That'll bring the relievers early. Reed Garrett is on his way out from the bullpen. Ohtani at first. Garrett will take care of the rest of this inning. We'll be right back. Reed Garrett, the first reliever on for the Mets. A high leverage reliever. Kodai Senga responsible for Ohtani being at first base. He scored. Gavin Lux came all the way from second base as Garrett tried to pick up Ohtani. It is unsuccessful. Ohtani dove back right on time. Garrett has played 3 games in this postseason. 3 and 2 first innings. He did not allow a runner and has struck out 4. So he is a high leverage reliever. So in that case, he can deliver in such a regard. Up top, Cutter 93. So strike 1 for Mookie Betts. He walked his first plate appearance. Had 2 solo shots with 3 RBIs as well. The 0-1. It's a slash and caught up high. Good job by Candelita, Jose Iglesias. Oh my God. It's 2 outs. It's Freddie Freeman, who now moves up. .286 batting average as far, but that does not include his walk that was in the first inning. Freddie chance here. That's taken outside, and even on that bad ankle, no worse for wear. He has yet to hit a home run or an RBI this postseason, but at 35 years old, he's still one of the best players on the Dodgers, and he can still show that. This one, foul back, it's a cutter at 93 miles an hour. We're going back and forth between the Bengals and Giants game, this game, and the free NHL games. Well, technically 4, but I'm saying 3. Well, currently it's 2 because the Ducks Golden Knights game has not begun. The 1-1, fouled left, Cutter 93. Because the first one was a 2-1 overtime victory for the Winnipeg Jets. They won their first 3 games. They pulled a move that usually is seen in EA Sports NHL, pulling the goalie with seconds left in the first period. 2 seconds left in the first period, and they score. Pick up attempt from Garrett, unsuccessful. Ohtani goes back. To Shohei Ohtani, for as electric as he is, he can deliver. The Mets have 45 comeback wins, the most in the MLB. That's been their fashion of victory in 4 of their 5 wins this postseason. And Ohtani's on his way. The throw to the shorts. Punched out. Francisco Lindor says, "Give me that." Ohtani caught stealing for the first time since July. And that'll end the 2nd inning. And Ohtani, just before he reaches second base, Lindor says, "Hey, that's my NL MVP trophy. You have something that I want." Back for the 3rd in a moment. Top of the third now. In Game 1 of the NLCS, the Dodgers in a record-extending 16th appearance. The Mets here for the 9th time. Candelita on the plate. Iglesias, 7th in the order. The 0-1. 1-1 now. Slider 85. The last time the Mets were here, 2015, when they went to the World Series, they lost to the Kansas City Royals in 5 games. 1-1 pitch. That's up and around. Downstairs, 2-1 count. And the Mets, they're 64 and 37 ever since Grimace threw the first pitch at Citi Field. So now it's a 2-1. That's perfect. Bottom left corner for Jack Flaherty. 2-2 on the count. Prince, how are we doing, man? You there?
I'm good, man. I'm actually making some food right now, so I'll be on it in a few minutes.
No worries. This is Kike Hernandez at center field. He takes away a chance from Jose Iglesias. And on May 31st, he introduced the song OMG. The Mets went on to win 12 of their next 17 games and such. Then Grimace throws the first pitch on June 12th. They've been 61 and 36 since. Both are cases. In that case, they were the best team in the MLB. Pete Alonso with the playoff pumpkin. Then on October 3rd, that's on their first playoff series win since the year they made it to the World Series in 2015. And this one, foul back. Tyrone Taylor at the plate. 0-1 on the count. Taylor batting 130 this postseason. It's the bottom of the order, which is the weakest link at the bats for the Mets in this postseason. Yeah, Taylor 130. Francisco Alvarez 154. Perfect placement on the curveball. The knuckle curve at 76 miles an hour. It's an 0-2 count. 78 actually. As Taylor is looking to overcome that 0-2 count. 0-2. No swing. It was downstairs. Slider 85. Nonetheless, it was a ball in which Taylor was not going to have to go after. It is a 1-2 count. And Carlos Mendoza looking onwards. The 1-2. That is fouled up. And up to the safety netting. 2-2. Not a 2-2. It's a 1-2 count. I don't want to jinx it here at any bit. Dave Roberts over at the Dodgers dugout. Mookie Betts over at right field. Here's the 1-2. Outside on a curveball. 78 miles an hour. Jack Flaherty still going. He's 37 pitches in. 2-2 of 1 out. And that was Tyrone Taylor at the plate. Taylor fouls it up. Is this in the line of sight of Will Smith? It is. He'll step up over to the warning tracks. 2 up and 2 away. Now Francisco Alvarez. After Iglesias and Taylor were put away. And back in the flashback on May 29th, 2024, as this helmet was being thrown up onto the crowd at Citi Field, somebody caught it and was being using as memorabilia. Hey, it is not just a feel-good story for the Mets. They believe that they can match up nicely against anyone in the MLB, including the Dodgers. They matched up with the Phillies as there's a swing and miss from Alvarez on a curveball. Knuckle curve at 75 miles an hour. Its OPS is 308, but Alvarez has proven that he can put up some late-game heroics. It's usually a different player on late-game heroics. The 0-1, down the middle, 92 on the fastball. And usually it's a different player for late-game heroics. Lindor sometimes. Alonso sometimes. The 0-2, that's way off. On swings and misses in which Flaherty is forced, so far in this game, 5 through 3 innings. In Game 2 against the Padres, 5 in total through 5 1/3 innings. 1-2 pitch. Downstairs. Now a 2-2 count. So it's not that many swings and misses. Off of Jack Flaherty. In a beautiful backdrop on the sunset. At Los Angeles, the city of angels. Home of Hollywood. Full count. This knuckle curve was downstairs at 78 miles an hour. It is a 3-2 count, and you have Lindor on deck, waiting for his turn if Alvarez reaches. Payoff pitch. Ground ball, foul left. So now, this sequence will be extended for a 7th pitch. Flaherty has 3 strikeouts thus far. He has not allowed a hitter, a runner, let alone allowed a walk thus far. Dodger Stadium is so electrifying. For a variety of reasons. David Peterson is warming up at the bullpen for the Mets. Another payoff pitch. That's fouled back. And it hit the safety net. Good thing the safety net is there. Otherwise, if there's a ball that hits someone and they get knocked out, that would seek medical attention ASAP. This next pitch will be the 8th one of the sequence for Alvarez. On the way. See you later. Alvarez struck out swinging. Reached out on a ball he should not have. And that takes us to the bottom of the 3rd. He does the job. So to give the reset, the damage mostly done in the bottom of the innings. First inning was Max Muncy, RBI base hit to center, scoring Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. And the bottom of the 2nd, it was Shohei Ohtani, RBI bases scoring Gavin Lux, who came all the way from 2nd base to home. Lux moved to 2nd on a wild pitch in that same sequence as well. I was going to take a live look at the other games around. Kraken and Stars at 2-0. The last we saw of these two was the Stars scoring twice in a span of 13 seconds. Sam Steele, followed by Wyatt Johnston. The Oilers are up 1-0. They thought they were up 2-0, but their second goal was waved off after further review. The lone goal from Jeff Skinner, getting his first as an Oiler. Matthias Ekholm and Connor McDavid have the assists. We're trying to look at the reason for why that was ruled no goal. It was no goal because it was ruled goaltender interference against the Oilers on Corey Perry. And it was a very questionable overturn from what it seems.
Corey Perry?
I mean,
Still in the league?
yeah, he's still in the league, still going strong on Edmonton. We remember his days as a Duck. Yeah.
Yeah, we made a lot of jokes. My man here, my young stud here, Alec, one of the best in the biz. You know, also joins us on Sports Symposium. We just did episode 6, back wearing the shirt. So one of the best in the biz.
It's the iconic Harry Greenway shirt again, isn't it? It's becoming a running gag now, Prince. How is it that whenever you jump on here, I am caught wearing this shirt?
It's a coincidence. It's irony, man. But definitely check out my man on the replay. He does a great job.
Oh.
We had a lot of fun on the episodes that we do on Sports Symposium. We had a great last episode, so and we have more to come. So,
I guess I'm gonna have to make this the trademark shirt. I guess.
Yeah, man.
There's just no way this keeps on happening. I'm wearing this shirt with the both of us around.
I don't know if you have like 20 versions of those.
Oh my god. I mean, there has to be a different variety of these shirts. I mean, I am faring nicely. Well, that pitch was definitely wild from Reed Garrett, right for Freddie Freeman. As we get back into action here at Dodger Stadium, this is slash to right field down, short of Starling Marte, and Freeman's at first.
Gets on base.
Though Freddie Freeman, who is in search of a home run or an RBI. It's not a home run or RBI, but something that can improve his batting average. It's now up to 333, tied for the team lead with former Blue Jay Teoscar Hernandez, who is now up.
You know, I love hearing that. Blue Jays.
If Teoscar fouls on the first pitch, and he is having the season of his life with the Dodgers at La La Land, at 31 years old, and spending last year with the Seattle Mariners, the Mariners may be thinking, gosh, we wish we can have this version of Teoscar. A longtime Blue Jay, as we check swing, he did not go 1-1. He's provided a reliable at-bat for the Blue Jays for 6 years, which culminated in that 2021 season where he had a career-best .296 batting average. 1-1. Ground ball, foul left, splitter 90. And a .272 batting average for Teoscar this season was his best since that .296 batting average in 2021 with Toronto. And at a career high 33 home runs as well. Garrett readies up for the 1-2 on the way. Got him! It's at the top left corner. And that's the first strikeout for Garrett. And that leaves Freeman at first. Perfect placement.
Yeah, a little high and outside. Going through the zone, flowing through the zone.
Right on the inside the zone at the top left. And a good spot by Francisco Alvarez. And now here's Will Smith, who has delivered in the latter 2 games of the Padres series. That's a nice sweeper. That caught Will Smith guessing at the bottom left. Though Smith, he has gone hitless in his first 3 games of this postseason. He has since delivered in Game 4 and Game 5 against San Diego. Though his batting average is up to 118. Not really doing much for his batting numbers. Foul left, sinker, 98. That's one of the faster sinkers out there. In his career, Smith has 6 career home runs. That's the most all time by Dodgers catcher. You have Max Muncy on deck barring a double play. And Muncy has delivered the first runs of this game. See if he can deliver some more here for LA. Unless a double play happens. 0-2. That'll sit him down. See you later. Strikeout number 2 for Reed Garrett. As Smith, he went up high and missed.
93.
And here's Muncy. Mad Max, as we have a Mao meeting. Normally for reliever, the limit would be 20 pitches for a reliever, and Carlos Mendoza is sticking to that ward. He is pulling Garrett, and I'll send David Peterson in. So it's right around the safe area. Peterson is not only a reliever, he can pitch the longer ends of innings, so he'll be on an extended leash once relied on. So he'll go over that 20 pitch limit that is typical there for relievers, because Peterson, he can be a starter as well. He had a save for the Mets in this postseason that was Game 3 against the Milwaukee Brewers. The other man who had the save for the Mets this postseason was none other than a man who got Timmy Trumpet to go over at Citi Field to perform his iconic song on Narco, Edwin Diaz. So we're about 1 hour away from the start of the Ducks Golden Knights game. It is still 7-0 Cincinnati against the Giants. That is thanks to a 47-yard run by Joe Cool, Joe Burrow. I mean, he's the modern day Joe Cool, as that nickname could also be attributed to Joe Montana of the San Francisco 49ers. Passing offense has relatively not been there for both sides, as Burrow is 6 of 11 for 49 yards. Daniel Jones, 7 of 12, 74 yards and a pick. Though I'll give Jones the benefit of the doubt because he doesn't have Malik Neighbors right now, and his wide receiver one at this current moment is Wan'Dale Robinson.
Don't tell Jake that about Joe Burrow.
Oh, well, for Joe Burrow, he could be due for a bounce back thus far, and so far he is bouncing back. Then again, he did throw 5 touchdowns against the Baltimore Ravens, but against the Giants defense that is blitz heavy, that is carrying on that same style from Wake Martindale with Shane Bowen as his defensive coordinator, life is not going to be easy for Burrow. So tomorrow will be game 2 of this NLCS, game 1 of the ALCS on the other side of the nation, from Dodger Stadium to Yankee Stadium, with the Yankees hosting the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch by Peterson is a strike down the middle at 93, right for Mad Max Muncy. Peterson uses a sinker most of the time, but he can also rely on that four-seam fastball 27% of the time. His sinker is at 31% of the time. He also has 2 other pitches on his arsenal, which he each uses 18% of the time. But primarily he's going with that sinker. Peterson has 21 starts in the regular season, where he went 10-3 with a 2.90 ERA. But he's been mainly utilized as a reliever this postseason, has not allowed a run. Got the win in Game 4 of the NLDS, and a save in Game 3 of the NLWCS. 1-2. Swinging a foul back. 93 on the sinker, so he is going all sinkers here thus far. Right on Muncy.
It's a tough pitch to hit.
And if he can get to Muncy here, they will set the Mets in a good position because they'll go back to the top of the order where Francisco Lindor is waiting. He is the leadoff man, and he has Mark Vientos and Brandon Nimmo right behind him. Great company to be at. The 1-2. See you later! Peterson got Muncy swinging top right corner. And that'll take us to the 4th. Dodgers up 3-0. Thanks to Muncy and Shohei Ohtani, Lindor, Vientos, Nimmo, the first free up for New York. And this time, the 2-0 lead for the Oilers is for real, but the goal is being challenged by Calgary for an offside this time around. So Ryan Huska is using up his challenge again. And do note that the Flames, they're out-hitting the Oilers 18-6. The Oilers out-shooting the Flames 12-7 in this Battle of Alberta. And wouldn't you know it, Huska has another successful challenge again. So the first one was rather controversial as Corey Perry seemed to not have interfered on the side of Dan Vladar, who was 12-11 thus far. The other time, it wasn't offside, but so far, Huska is 2 for 2 on challenges. It looked to be Derek Ryan scoring, but no.
Alec, what are your thoughts on Connor Bedard so far? I know it's only been a couple games. I think he got into a big fight, which he was kind of switching gears on his mood from last season, where he was a little bit more laid back, letting things come to him, not getting into any scuffles for the most part. What are your thoughts on Connor Bedard so far and just the early part of the season? Really early part of the season.
Yeah, realistically, we could see a jump with Bedard's point production, maybe 100 points. We could see a McDavid-type jump from year 1 to year 2, as we're seeing right now with Bedard. So far, he looks so good. And he is continuing to show that he is the future of the Chicago Blackhawks franchise. An assist in the first period, a second period, and a goal to go with. And he had another assist on a Teuvo Teravainen power play goal. He also made what would have been an early candidate for assist of the year had Teravainen scored on another goal against Edmonton. But that's how special Bedard is. He was really on his knees when he passed to Teravainen. And one thing that needed to be done was Teravainen capitalizing. It's weird seeing Teravainen back in Chicago, having followed the Carolina Hurricanes. But Welcome back, Teravainen, to the Windy City. But Bedard, he is the truth. He is the franchise. That's my opinion. As we have Carlos Mendoza getting interviewed by the Fox broadcast, 92 on the four-seam fastball by Jack Flaherty.
Yeah, high and outside.
That was way off. He was going with the fastball. That's a pitch in which the Mets like. Fastballs are pitches in which the Mets, they love to swing at. And Flaherty, 2-0 count, as that was just to the right. I'd wonder if Flaherty is not giving Lindor any chances for those first two pitches. The 2-0. Now I'm really starting to wonder if Flaherty is really not giving Lindor any chances. 3-0 on the count. I'd wonder if this could be the equivalent if he throws another ball to an intentional walk because he does not want Lindor to swing. 3-0. And indeed, Lindor is going to walk. So no chance for him to swing at Flaherty. So through the years, we see Dodgers faces going in and going out. That was with Justin Turner with the Dodgers. Corey Seager, who is now at the Texas Rangers. Turner, now a member of the Seattle Mariners. Clayton Kershaw still there, not the same as he once was before in his early years. Does have a World Series ring attached to his name, though, so that's good to hear. Seager has two, one with the Dodgers, one with the Rangers, both times winning World Series MVP. Mookie Betts with two, one with the Red Sox and one with the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch, low drive and a miss. It was not that fastball. Too hell of a fastball. It's a 1-1 count as that was low. This time it was a slider. The Dodgers, they have now pitched 27 consecutive scoreless innings. One shy of the NL record by the 1905 Giants. 1-2 as that was a foul ball left. And this is with Mark Vientos at the plate. And you have Brandon Nimmo on deck. Dave Roberts watching onwards, along with the rest of this bullpen. The 1-2. Got him! On a fastball at 92 miles an hour at the bottom right corner. And Jack Flaherty continuing this scoreless inning case. Already is up to 5 Ks. And Vientos accounted for 2 of them. Now you have Nimmo, who had a line out on his previous at-bat back in the first inning. Wow, that was way off. Knuckle curveball at 76 miles an hour. It is still 3-0 Dodgers, 7-0 Bengals. And speaking of such, after 2 successful challenges by Ryan Huska, the Calgary Flames have tied it up at 1 apiece. Rasmus Anderson to deliver. (2-0) for Nimmo. The pitch. This is driven over to left field. Teoscar Hernandez over at the foul line. He makes the catch. 2 up and 2 away. And he makes a throw with Lindor retreating back to first base. We've seen some insane double plays before. Namely last year when one of the best double plays, I broadcasted that one game between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. In the last 27 innings, the Dodgers did not allow a run. Opposing batters have hit 120 off of them. In the first 20 innings, they gave up 21 runs. Opposing batters have hit 294 off of them with 8 home runs. Way off at the bottom left on a slider, 87 for Pete Alonso. Free agent at the end of this year, but it's likely that he's going to stay put with the Mets. He wants to win. And win more. 1-0. Foul tip back. It's a sinker at 88. And that just caught a piece of Alonso's bat. 1-0 count. That was a sinker. The slider, sinker, So Alonso has the third most home runs in Mets history, right behind David Wright, who has 242, and Darryl Strawberry, 252. JD Martinez, playing for both the Mets and the Dodgers his career, hit the 1-1. Outstairs on a 2-1, sinker at 89 miles an hour. It's still 2-0 Stars, thanks to 2 goals in 13 seconds. Only score in that Bengals-Giants game, with 3:14 to go in the second quarter, was the Joe Burrow run. The 2-1. Alonso pops it up. Is this over right field? It will be. Over to the stance. Lindor at first base. And every time I read the name Lindor, I'm reminded of the Lindor chocolates. Honest. Formerly with the Cleveland Guardians, then known as the Indians. Made a World Series with them in 2016. Of note was Rajay Davis, who was a notable playoff performer with the Guardians/Indians in that year. The game-time home run in the 2016 World Series in Game 7. The 2-2. Way off on a knuckle curve. Full count, 80 miles an hour on that knuckle curve. And Lindor gets back safely to first base. The number 5 for the Dodgers, previously worn by Corey Seager before Freddie Freeman came over. 5 strikeouts for Flaherty thus far on the night. We have to wonder how much of a leash that Flaherty has. And that question's going to be raised as he issues a walk on Pete Alonso. So he and Lindor are at first and second. And with Starling Marte up onto the plate now. No relation to Ketel Marte, who had a 20-game hit streak for the Arizona Diamondbacks in last year's postseason. When they made it to the World Series, they fell to the Rangers in 5. The hands of Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia, an electric rookie at that year by the name of Evan Carter. Alonso at first, as he is discussing with first base coach Antoine Richardson. Third base coach is Mike Sarbaugh. Reserves for the Mets include catcher Luis Torrens, infielders Jeff McNeil and Luis Angel Acuna, outfielders Harrison Bader, and DH JD Martinez. As Jesse Winker, he is the DH. He typically plays at the outfield position. Marte is up. And this one. Check swing, got him. 0-1 count. They're going to count as a strike looking. I thought it was a strike swinging, even though it looked like he retracted. 84 on the slider. Flaherty gets set. The longtime Cardinal set to deliver the 0-1. On the way. Flied up to right field. Mookie Betts has to go back to the warning tracks. He's at that spot. No damage control here for the Dodgers or the Mets. The defense does the job. It's still 3-0 Dodgers, and they can expand on it at the bottom of the 4th, which will be up next. We got for the reserves for the Mets. Reserves for the Dodgers, which includes Austin Barnes, catcher. So the infield position is already occupied. Tommy Edman moving over from outfield to shortstop. Center field is his position of strength thus far. Kike Hernandez switches over to center field because of that. He is a third baseman primarily. Max Muncy can also play third base. On the outfield, the reserves are Andy Pages, Chris Taylor, and Kevin Kiermaier, the latter acquired from Toronto after being a longtime Tampa Bay Ray. Among the inactives, for the Mets, that includes Dednio Nunez, who is out for the year on the 15-day injured list. Paul Blackburn has been transferred from the 15-day injured list to the 60-day injured list. DJ Stewart, Oscar Brazoban, Adam Ottavino, Joey Lucchesi, Max Kranick, Matt Gage, Tyler Zuber, Alex Young, also part of the inactive list. For LA included on that inactive list, Brusdar Graterol, Michael Grove, Clayton Kershaw, Joe Kelly, Alex Vesia, Bobby Miller, Miguel Rojas, and James Outman. So still in the second period between the Kraken and the Stars, a rematch of the 2023 second round series between them, which Dallas won in 7 games, thanks to Wyatt Johnston. It is still 2-0 Stars with 2 goals in 13 seconds. Maverick Bourque on the full-time lineup for Dallas, but he is not on the lineup right now. Dallas going with 12 forward, 6 defensemen. Oscar Bach is that 12th forward in favor of Bourque. And Casey DeSmith has stopped all 11 Seattle shots. Philip Grubauer is 15 of 17. And while Joey Daccord is giving him a run for his money, feels like there's a goaltender competition, and Daccord may have the early upper hand. The question is if Daccord can fare better against quality opponents. Riker Evans, another rookie on the NHL, made his full-time debut with the Kraken as we are back in action here. Peterson fit it perfectly on a curveball, bottom left. Or KK Hernandez, one of 3 heroes for the Dodgers, primarily in Game 5 against the Padres. And KK fouls one to the left side on a changeup 86. The changeup, that's the Trevor Hoffman pitch. The NL reliever of the year is named after him. And many can assume that the Mariano Rivera AL reliever of the year will go to Emmanuel Clase. No swing from KK, as it was upstairs. Fastball 94, it is 1-2. If anyone between Kike, Gavin Lux, and Tommy Edman reach, Shohei Ohtani will be up. This one's lined to right for a base hit. Kike's on board at first. David Peterson, 8 pitches in, now up against Gavin Lux. So far, are so good for LA, who was pitched 27 straight scoreless innings, one away from the record set by the 1905 San Francisco Giants. Now it's Lux who walked on his first play appearance, shows bunt. This one grounded, picked up, and Lux sacrificed himself to move Kike to second. Great execution on the sacrifice bunt. So 1 up and 1 away. I'll move KK Hernandez to second base. So double play is out of the equation, and Shohei Ohtani on deck as Tommy Edman is up at the plate. So last year, the insane ending between the Braves and the Phillies in Game 2 in the first ever postseason 8-5-3 double play, with Michael Harris making an unbelievable catch at deep center field at the warning tracks. Bryce Harper never got back onto first base. As Edman takes ball 1 that was downstairs, Harper never got back over to first base. The throw got away for the most part, but Austin Riley stepped up from his third base spot, picked it up, and delivered the throw all the way to first base, where Matt Olson put away Harper for the double play. Sinker 91 is a nice placement for Peterson. Edman made a sac bunt on his previous at-bat. .342 batting average this year for the Dodgers. This postseason with runners in scoring position. The 1-1. That's delivered, but it's fouled to right. That's a fastball that time around. But it's clear that Edman liked that. Let's go Dodgers chance here as the nightfall begins to set. maybe just in time to see the comet that's in the skies tonight. Peterson looks at second, now delivers. That's lined up to right for a base hit. KK's on his way. The throw to home is going to be cut off, and the Dodgers lead 4-0. Pandemonium at the City of Angels. The fastball, which has usually been the Mets' strength at the bats, it comes back to haunt them when delivering the pitches. And Tommy Edman has just delivered another RBI base hit for the Dodgers. Now, Shohei Ohtani, chance of MVP here as he takes ball one. Oh, baby. With the bases empty, Ohtani is 0 for 15 this postseason, but with runners on base, 5 of 17. It was a sinker that time, and Pearson's in a danger area. Wider to right center field. That's going to be off the wall. Shohei Ohtani is going to bring in Tommy Edman. An RBI double. It truly is showtime in Los Angeles. Ohtani 2 for 3 as he delivers this off the right center wall. It was shy of a home run, but no worse for wear. And even though the fans want to see a home run from Ohtani, an RBI double would fare nicely as Starling Marte saw it. Ohtani is living his best life at La La Land. Now Mookie Betts, he's up. Delivered 2 shots, solo shots against the Padres. As Edman, he watches. Wanted to get this one further down. And as soon as Edman saw this one go all the way, he went from first all the way to home. The throw was cut off. First pitch for Mookie. Cold strike. It was just to the left of the zone. So close. And the Dodgers fans are all pumped up. They're saying, take your late game heroics and shove it. The 0-1. Round ball is right on the direction. Fan on by Vientos, but he makes up for it and makes the throw across to first base. No chance for Vientos to put away the runner at second base, Shohei Ohtani, who is going to stay put. Now it's Freddie Freeman. $5-0 Dodgers. And Ohtani is delivering with runners on base. We have yet to see that with him on the bases empty. The first pitch is to the right on a sinker. And the Dodgers are straight up dominating this game. They took 4 of 6 against the Mets in the regular season. But they're not letting this get by their heads. The 1-0. That is slash to left field. Down on a liner. Ohtani on his way. It's a base hit for Freeman. The throw is not in time. 6-0. A second pitch base hit by Freddie Freeman as he slashed this to left with Brandon Nimmo trying to get Ohtani out at home on his throw all the way back to Francisco Alvarez. Ohtani just got out of the way of Alvarez, who was looking to tag him. And Teoscar, bouncing ball just reaches Peterson and he'll throw all the way to first base. where Pete Alonso is, and that's a mercy kill for the Mets. So the damage already done here in this 4th inning. Edman, Ohtani, Freeman all deliver here on RBI base hits. In the case of Ohtani, an RBI double. 5th inning is next. So Prince, how about Ohtani, man?
This player had some sake for the game because he going nuts, man.
He's really on a mission. Well, interestingly, the Dodgers, they almost have as many points as the Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh. Just insane to think about, but 2 likely NL MVP candidates so far, advantage Ohtani. And the Dodgers looking to pitch their 28th straight scoreless inning. That will tie the 1905 San Francisco Giants, who back then played in New York before they relocated to San Francisco. That team including Red Ames, Quad Elliott, Christy Mathewson, Joe McGinnity, Billy Gilbert, Bob Hall, Frank Bowerman, Roger Bresnahan, Tommy Taylor, Hooks Wiltsey, Boiler Yard Clark, Bill Dolan, Art Devlin, Billy Gilbert, Dan McGann, Alpha Neal, Sammy Strang, George Brown, Mike Donlin, Moonlight Graham, Bob Hall, John McGraw, and Sam Mertes. That was their roster back in 1905. John McGraw was their manager. In the World Series, that Giants team won in 5 games over the Philadelphia Athletics. The Polo Grounds was the name of 3 stadiums in Upper Manhattan in New York City. That was where the Giants played. Get back underway for the top of the 5th. And Flaherty, first pitch strike onto bottom left on the fastball. So the Polo Grounds that used to be known as the Bathtub played in Upper Manhattan, usually for professional baseball and American football, as Winker fouls to right on a curveball. The original Polo Grounds opened in 1876, demolished in 1889, built for the sport of polo. Bound on the 6th and north by Warren 10th and Warren 12th streets. Winker swatches this to right on a liner. And finally, the New York Mets get a hit off of Jack Flaherty. It took 5 innings, but the Mets finally have a hitter off of Flaherty. Bound to happen. Happens to the best of us. The runless streak continues, limiting in runs scored. The furthest anyone has gone to home plate among any opponent of the LA Dodgers so far in the postseason was third base from Jake Cronenworth. Game 4 of the NLDS. 0-1 for Candelita. Flew on his first at bat in the 3rd inning. The 0-1. Low drive and a miss. He went golfing at 76 miles an hour on that pitch. Already Flaherty is on 70 pitches on the night. Tyrone Taylor on deck, batting 125. Foul right, and Iglesias will stay alive. He was a free agent all of last year, not signed, but he is ready for this opportunity. It is an 0-2 count to pitch. Breaking ball is a spike to the dirt, 77 miles an hour. And staying put is Jesse Winker at first base, not moving a single bit. Flaherty getting set, wearing number 0, one of 2 players among the active rosters among the teams remaining to wear the number 0. The other being Marcus Stroman of the New York Yankees, who is on the inactive roster by the Bronx Bombers. 1-2. Low, 85 on the slider. Still halftime at MetLife, 7-0 Bengals. So, both the Kraken and Stars and the Flames and Oilers are at the second intermission. 2-2 pitch. Iglesias gets his bat down, and he probably should not have swung on that, but that is a base hit. Winker can't decide where to go or continue, and Winker is tagged out at third base. So the hesitation has backfired on Jesse Winker. A little nervousness going from second to third. And it's those nerves that got the best of him. It was an easy run to third. On most occasions, he didn't know where it was going to go from second to third. And oh my goodness.
What was that? That was too casual.
What in the... Yeah, I'm wondering, Prince, what in the wide world was that, Jesse Winker?
I mean, that just brings about the whole acronym back to life. My entire team sucks. I mean, I don't know if they really do. They still have a chance in the game in the series, but that just points to that acronym even more.
Just as Mookie Betts makes a second out catch, but oh my goodness, I can't believe Jesse Winker hesitated on that. And for the Dodgers, they have now pitched 28 consecutive scoreless innings, which ties the NL postseason record. They have given up two hits in the last 11 innings, including from Winker and Iglesias delivered to center field, and KK Hernandez is right there to preserve this 6-0 lead. And so that'll make it 29 straight scoreless innings for the Dodgers, a new record in postseason play. That 1905 Giants team won the World Series, and Dodgers want to do the same thing. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it, Prince. Winker had that third base right there on a silver platter, and he hesitated. He was scared. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't want to say he was scared, but he definitely hesitated a bit. Yeah, those nerves, he definitely got the best of him. Next time around, I would advise Winker not to have the nerves get the best of him. Those NOCS nerves can be very stressful at times. And that time, it can sink a player. It can be emotionally crushing. I get it, Winker. I know that Winker has a reputation of being a trash talker. But you gotta back it up as well. So Will Smith, Max Muncy, and KK Hernandez are the first three up for the Dodgers in the bottom of the fifth. So still in the middle of the order. So if we're asking ourselves about what we learned about each of these teams this far, and what does each side need to do punching a ticket to the Fall Classic. So the Mets, on their end, they are relentless. They don't have the star power that the Dodgers have, but their lineup is as deep as any team in baseball. 1 through 9, they are dangerous. They're smart at the plate, and they have a knack for huge hits in the clutch, and they pounce on bullpens. Want evidence? Game 4. After they left the bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings against Ranger Suarez of the Phillies, Francisco Lindor got the go-ahead grand slam off of Phillies closer Carlos Estevez in the 6th inning. One day it's Lindor. The next is Mark Vientos or Pete Alonso. And another day it may be Brandon Nimmo. Or how about Candelita, Jose Iglesias? It can also be someone else like Francisco Alvarez when he won a game for the Mets against the Baltimore Orioles. There's not really any holes in this lineup. Even with Tyrone Taylor and Francisco Alvarez being at the bottom 2 of the order in terms of batting average. 1-0, as is Will Smith was the worst batting average of any batter thus far in this series. It's 1-1 as he swung and missed on it. Tyrone Taylor is only better than Smith in terms of batting average thus far in this NLCS at 120. 1-1 pitch. That's to the left. 85 on the changeup. It now becomes a 2-1 count. And Jack Flaherty is doing the job. We'd wonder when we see the first of the Dodger bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss on a fastball. 2-2 count. And a big shout out to the NHL and TNT's very own Kenny Albert, who called his 500th NFL game today. 2-2. Full count. It's on a sinker. Now becomes a 3-2. And you're starting to wonder if you're approaching that danger territory, especially with Mad Max, a power bat. He can deliver here for LA. Payoff pitch. Just outside. They'll call a ball for a sinker outside the bottom left corner. Peterson thought it was in. Mets fans thought it was in. And I thought it was going to be in for a bit. But it's outside at the bottom left corner by a slight margin. And so that'll put Smith at first base. Monsee's up. Has 2 RBI and a strikeout. It's an RBI base hit that started the scoring in the first inning to bring in Betts and Freeman. 3 RBI this postseason with a home run. That was back in Game 4 against the Padres in the NLDS. Second pitch on a 1-0. Monsey delivers this just in foul territory. It's a foul ball to the left. Goes beyond the line, and Dave Roberts knows how much star power this lineup has, and he approves of that star power. 48 postseason wins for Roberts, which places him 6th all-time in the order as a manager. Monsee's waiting for the 1-1 pitch. This will be Peterson's 29th. On the way. Upstairs, 92 on the fastball. Smith did not attempt to steal a base, but he does have one on his track record. Two 2-1. That's a breaking ball and a sinker 91. That's fouled. Among MLB managers with postseason wins, Joe Torre has the most in MLB history with 84. He managed the Yankees between 1996 and 2003. 3 active managers featured in the top 15 are Roberts, Bruce Bochy, and A.J. Hinch. The 2-2. Foul to the left on a sinker in 93. Roberts is still adding to his total. A.J. Hinch added 4 more victories to his total. Two pitch. Check swing at third base. He is safe. That was a slider 87. It looked like Muncy went, but no. So Torrey has 84 postseason wins as a manager, the most all time. Tony La Russa with 71, split between the White Sox, the Athletics, the Cardinals. Payoff pitch. Muncy skies this. It is at right field. Marte steps up, and he will field it. 1 up and 1 away. Smith will stay put at first base. This is Roberts' 9th season as a manager. It's the best record in the MLB since 2016, the 4th most wins in Dodgers franchise history. One of the best managers in the league. 9 straight postseason appearances with 8 division titles, 3 pennants, and 1 World Series title. It does help about star power on the Dodgers, where it is Clayton Kershaw, Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, Justin Turner, and everyone around in the years past. Strike 1 is at bottom left for Kike Hernandez. The next pitch will be Peterson's 34th. 364 batting average for Kike. Second stint with the Dodgers after spending the last 3 years with the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, 1. As downstairs, 86 on a changeup. Torrey spent 29 years as a manager. Can one of 5 skippers to win at least 4 World Series titles. Known for taking the Yankees back to their glory days, 1906 to 2005, and 2006 and 2007. Before he managed a game with the Yankees, he never won a game in the postseason. Left side, sinker 91. It is now a 2-1 count. His 4 World Series titles rank tied for 4th all-time between Joe McCarthy, Casey Stengel, and Connie Mack, tied with Walter Alston as Kike. This is over right field. That's just beyond the foul pole. So it's 2-2. Kike thought he had it, but no. Bobby Cox, 67 wins. One of the most successful managers in baseball history. He paved the way for the Braves' dominance in the 1990s. His first stint managing the Braves would last from 1978 to 1981. Oh, that is just between Kike and the right line. But after a 4-year tenure managing the Toronto Blue Jays, his most significant accomplishments came in his second stint with Atlanta. In 91, he led the Braves to 14 straight NL East Division crowns that led to 5 NL pennants. In 95, he managed a team to the World Series title, a first for the city of Atlanta. Swing and a miss for Kike. Went low on a curveball. And that's the second strikeout for Peterson. Dusty Baker, youngest manager in baseball, and he was hired in 1992 to coach the San Francisco Giants. His only managerial experience was in the Arizona Fall League by then, yet the skipper first reached the Fall Classic just a decade later with the Giants. He eventually lost in 7 games to the Anaheim Angels. 19 years later, he returned with the Houston Astros in 21. Ground ball is short, and that is going to be a throw all the way to first. Gavin Lux is put away on the first pitch. That ends the 5th inning. We'll take you to the break. Francisco Lindor, due up. He will be second in this order in the 6th inning. We'll be back. So to answer your question about are you gonna show the screen I'm trying to watch? Sadly, I can't show the game because of copyright issues with Fox Corporation, as they're the ones broadcasting the game. So I have to follow along with those regulations. I can only provide play-by-play commentary for this. So as along, it's 6-0 Dodgers over the Mets at the top of the 6th inning. So the 4th inning was a big one for the Dodgers. Tommy Edman, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. With the scores as Francisco Lindor fouls to left on a curveball. 1-2 count. So, to answer, can I purchase and watch the Vegas game in Canada? Is this about the Vegas Golden Knights, I assume? Just wondering. All right. So that was a foul ball in the meantime. So Sportsnet Plus is the streaming service for Canada as Flaherty gets his 6th strikeout down for the middle and punches out Francisco Lindor. So for purchasing and watching the Vegas game in Canada, Sportsnet Plus is your key here, where you can stream the MLB, UFC, NHL, and other sports leagues. Choose the right plan that is right there for you. Hey, no problem, man. This is delivered to right field by Mark Vientos. Mookie Betts running over to the foul tracks and makes the catch. What a chase down by Mookie. Every answer provided here by the Dodgers for whatever the Mets have thrown at them. Even for all of the late game heroics in which the Mets are trying to pull off, the Dodgers have the advantage here. 2 up and 2 away. Lindor and Vientos sitting down. Brandon Nimmo right up. Danny Young is warming up at the Met bullpen. Flaherty 82 pitches in. Fastball 95. That's at the higher spectrum at the fastball, which Flaherty is able to deal. Came over the trade deadline from Detroit. Line out on the ground out for Nimmo. That's a fastball. That time was a 93-mile-an-hour pitch. So, with 29 consecutive scoreless innings, that is an NL record. The record is the 33 straight scoreless innings by the Baltimore Orioles. A swing and a miss by Nimmo. It's a 2-1 count now. So the Dodgers have set a new postseason record. Nimmo ices one over to left field. Teoscar chasing this down. Back to back. Right beyond the foul line. Teoscar chases down just as it was about to reach the stands. 1-2 free and out for the Mets. That is going to do it here for the Mets in this 6th inning. Dodgers up next when we return. Now we're at the bottom of the 6th at historic Dodger Stadium. So iconic for its illustrious baseball history. Tommy Edman takes ball 1. It was just downstairs at 81 on the slider. Danny Young is in. 48 strikeouts to 18 walks in the regular season. That's a in and out catch by Francisco Alvarez. Kodai Senga pulled in the 2nd inning, allowing 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and 4 walks. If this result holds up, he's likely going to take the loss. David Peterson, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikes. 2-1, so it was outside, top left corner. So in the meantime, third periods are underway between Seattle and Dallas, Calgary and Edmonton. 2-0 Stars, 1-1 tie in Edmonton. Ground ball to Lindor. He'll make the throw to Alonso, and just like that, Edman is put away. Lindor had to throw it in an instant because he was approaching it with speed. Now it's Ohtani, who is 2 for 3 of a run and an RBI. Mookie Betts on deck. The Giants are driving in the 3rd quarter, by the way. Bengals lead 7-0, but they're putting on a sustained drive. Looking to tie this game up at 7 apiece. First pitch for Ohtani. He fouls this one off the tip of his bat. Ohtani's been hitless when the bases are empty, but when there are runners on base, that's when he does his damage. Among them was a 3-run home run in Game 1 against the Padres. Tied up a 3 apiece. The Dodgers got the victory 7-5. 0-1 is outside left on a sinker in 92. Game 1 was one of 2 saves by new Dodgers closer Blake Treinen, who at 36 years old is still going strong as a reliever. Whether it be the Washington Nationals, bottom right on a sweeper, 82 miles an hour. So for Treinen, still a strong reliever wherever he goes. Between Washington, Oakland, and LA. The Dodgers 75-44 when Ohtani records at least 1 hit. And this is the case here. 1-2. Outside, this is downstairs, 2-2. Ohtani's 2 for 3. They want to get this, it's continuing to go. Ducks and Golden Knights underway. The 2-2. High fly ball. This is deep. Backing up is Tyrone Taylor at the warning tracks. No, senor, says Tyrone Taylor. It looked like it was going to go deep, but no can do as Ohtani is going to sit down. It only made the warning tracks, not the wall. So Ohtani went swinging. It was deep, but not deep enough. And it was likely going to hit the outside wall in such a case. Bottom left on a sweeper, 82 miles an hour. Danny Young is trying to get the final out of the 6th inning. Pearson made 40 pitches thus far, 25 strikes. Senga 30 pitches, 10 strikes. Bouncing ball, this is picked up by Candelita. And the throw to Alonso is right on time. We'll be stretching here for this moment. The 7th inning. Alonso, Marte, Winker, next. We have devastating news out of Detroit as Aiden Hutchinson needs emergency surgery for a compound fracture to his leg. His leg looked limp when he was trying to make a tackle over at AT&T Stadium, and he got carted out the field. Fouled left. But this is terrible news for the Lions, especially to their defense, which has been on another level this season. It seems that Hutchinson may be done for the year. It's a broken tibia. It's very gruesome. This one's down low on a fastball at 92 miles an hour. It's announced by Dan Campbell. Hutchinson fractured his tibia in a gruesome way. It was a serious leg injury as this is ball two to the right for Alonso. Came on a play which he sacked Dak Prescott, but his leg bent awkwardly when it hit Ailey McNeil's leg. Jack Flaherty's still going. This may be the last inning he pitches. Daniel Hudson's warming up. 3-1 count. Just to the right. So Hutchinson immediately grabbed his leg when he went to the ground. Ripped his gloves out and remained down as Detroit's medical staff was tending to him. 3-1. Alonso grounds this to Edman, who makes a long throw all the way across to Freeman. 1 up and 1 away. The Mets are down to their last 8 outs. So usually the fastball has been the best pitch for Flaherty, something that the Mets would usually take advantage of most of the time. In the post-game news conference, Hutchinson suffered a broken tibia. The Dodgers have a 34% chance to hold the Mets scoreless. They have a 75-11 record when they lead after 6 innings, including 3-0 in this postseason as Starling Marte fouls his 1-2 left. Strikeout and flyout so far for Marte. So now it's a big task. The Lions may need to trade for someone at the trade deadline to boost up the pass rush. Right opposite Marcus Davenport. 0-2 is over to the left for Marte. 2 straight fastballs. This one, ground ball fouled. 78 on a knuckle curve. Could this be the last batter that Flaherty faces? Or how long would that leash be? Big free agent acquisition from Detroit. Tigers made their way over to the ALDS. Ball 1, it was downstairs on a fastball. Will Smith let that one go. Yoshinobu Yamamoto got a quality... didn't technically get a quality start. But Flaherty pitched the most in the third and fourth innings respectively, each 19 pitches. 1-2. Downstairs on a knuckle curve, 78 miles an hour. And it's Jesse Winker on deck. The 2-2. This is driven to deep center field. Backing up is Kike Hernandez and jumps up. That's Kevin Kiermaier, not Kike Hernandez. He fills in the place of Kike. He'll make another stellar defensive play. The outlaw is back. He jumps up of another stellar play. We'll see how much longer Flaherty can go. Is there going to be a mound meeting to pull him? Or is this going to be instructing him, say this will be your last batter? He's at 97 pitches so far. No signal yet from Dave Roberts or Mark Pryor. But you can imagine this is going to be the last batter he faces. The Calgary Flames are up 2-1 on the Edmonton Oilers. As a left center field, Teoscar Hernandez is right there for the catch. Anthony Mantha, by the way, has the goal for Calgary. Martin Pospisil and Rasmus Anderson, the goals. Bottom 7th up next after this. An update from Las Vegas. Brett Howden has the first goal for the Vegas Golden Knights and a milestone for Shea Theodore for the VGK. 500th NHL game for him. Freddie Freeman back on 2 for 2, 2 base hits, and a walk for Freeman. The 1-0, bouncing ball just reaches Alonso, and he'll make the toss to Danny Young, and for the first time, Freeman will not reach base in this game. So he'll sit down Teoscar Hernandez and Will Smith the next two up. Gavin Lux takes the place. So Kevin Kiermaier takes the place of Gavin Lux. Kiermaier playing center field. Kake Hernandez shifts to second base. So Freeman makes a long walk back to the dugout with Danny Young in. Teoscar Hernandez on the plate right now. He has delivered. Wow, that looks so close. And it's 3-1 Calgary. Justin Kirkland with his first of the year from Kevin Ball and Rasmus Anderson. That's strike one. .300 batting average this postseason for Teoscar, who has continued his stellar play from Toronto. As to the left, that's sweeper 82. 2-1 count. So 2-0 Stars against the Kraken. That scores remained the same since the 2 goals in 13 seconds in the first inning. Oh, that's to the right. Did that hit Teoscar? That's a big question. No. It'll still be a 3-1 count. Starters for the Mets went 12-6 since the beginning of September with a .265 ERA. Opposing batting average .208. 5.8 innings per start on average. 3-1 pitch. And even though Teoscar was not hit on the previous pitch, he'll walk to first as this was upstairs. So Luis Severino with the Yankees 4-8, .665 ERA on a 1-year deal. Sean Manaea 7-6 with the Giants, .444. Jose Quintana last year 3-6 on 13 starts. All each on 1-year deals. So the Mets are operating on patchwork pitching. They have each of them operating on 1-year deals. And so far it's paying off for them. Danny Young is done. Next reliever's on for the Mets. It's Jose Butto when we come back. But the Mets going with a pitching change here. Taking us to the end of the action. Jose Butto, 3 games played, 3 innings pitched, gave up 2 earned runs. I'm Alec Nava. The Dodgers are beating down the Mets 6-0. And a swing and a big miss for Will Smith. It was down the middle. So the Dodgers, perhaps with 5 more outs to operate, as Freddie Freeman is tying up his shoes in the meantime. Everyone here in LA is happy. A statement victory for the Dodgers could do wonders here as Smith takes ball number 1 on a sweeper at 83 miles an hour. Only final score was the Jets beating the Wild 2-1 in overtime thanks to Kyle Connor. 10-7 Bengals against the Giants. That was fouled off of Smith himself. 1-2 count now. So Tyrone Tracy Jr. punched it in from 1 yard out. Evan McPherson made a field goal from 37 yards out. And Butto wanted to get things going for the Mets, but so far, that's not happening. Muncy's on deck. And after Muncy, that is Kike Hernandez. Let's just set up Kevin Kiermaier, Tommy Edman, and Shohei Ohtani. Smith readies up. And Butto take his time. The 1-2. In between the right line and Smith. Slider 84, so it's now a 2-2 count. The Dodgers got a big win by their pitching staff. In Game 5 against the Padres, 2-0. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Evan Phillips, Michael Kopech leading the way. Set up Blake Treinen. Big swing and miss. It was on a sinker 95, and that gets the Mets something to play for. At the very least. Yamamoto, Phillips, Alex Vesia, Michael Kopech, setting up Blake Treinen on the 9th inning save. To punch out Fernando Tatis Jr., Luis Arraez, and Donovan Solano to end the Padres season. First pitch, that's to the right for Mad Max, changeup 87. Last batter, unless Muncy reaches. In this 7th inning, just 2 hits in total from the Mets. Dodgers have 6 runs scored in on 7 hits. To the right again, this time it's on a fastball. The hits come from Jesse Winker and Jose Iglesias. It is 2 hits each from Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, 1 each from Max Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Tommy Edman. Pickoff attempt. Not there for Butto on Teoscar. It remains a 2-0 count. Tied at Vegas, 1-1. The relievers are warming up at the bullpen for LA. The 2-0. This one skied up for Max Muncy. That did not move Brandon Nimmo a single bit. The goal scored by Troy Terry for Anaheim in the meantime. 1-1. The Ducks tied with the Golden Knights. 8th inning is next here in a moment. So Pat Sajak, who was retired, in attendance. Judd Apatow. Also here at Dodger Stadium, Jimmy Kimmel. Go on to our celebrity watch. Ken Jeong, Jason Bateman, among the celebrities in attendance here at Dodger Stadium. Strike one, that's down the middle. It's Daniel Hutchinson. 2 1/3 innings pitched as far in the postseason, allowing just 1 hit. 3.00 ERA for Hudson. Bullpen has not allowed a run throughout this postseason outside of Game 2. Chris Taylor is in at second base, moving Max Muncy to first, Kike Hernandez to third. Kevin Kiermaier stays put at center field. So the lineup has been shaken up. Taylor's in for Freddie Freeman. And Muncy will shift over from third base to first. Kike Hernandez from second to third. Gavin Lux is done. And out of the way there with that fastball for a 3-1 count. That's up against Jose Iglesias. Swing and a miss. Full count now for Hudson. This bullpen doesn't allow runs. But once again, the Mets, they can hit clutch runs as well. Most starting pitching depth of any team left in the playoffs. Arguably, as this is a foul back. 6 reasonable options if you include Kodai Senga. Shamanaya pitched a gem in Game 3 of the NLDS. Jose Quintana has allowed just 1 unearned run in 11 innings through 2 playoff starts. Full count. And Iglesias will walk to first on a slider. Luis Severino, David Peterson, and Tyler Megill round out the options, though Peterson's also proved to be a valuable relief option. He got the save in Game 3 of the NLWCS. Jack Flaherty allowed 2 hits and 2 walks, struck out 6 in this game. He lasted for more than 90 pitches. So the Dodgers bullpen was impressive at the NLDS, but relying on bullpen games is not going to be sustainable against the Mets. Chances are the Mets will grind the Dodgers relievers down if they don't get more innings from their starters. That means Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty in particular must pitch deeper into games. If not, the Mets will eventually solve the bullpen in the series. The other advantage the Mets have is 3 lefties in Manaya, Quintana, and Peterson. Shohei Ohtani is human against lefties, 867 OPS compared to 1.128. Max Muncy, this is sky to center field, caught by Tommy Edman. That'll keep Candelita at first base. Not exactly sky, but line to center field. Edman stopped it. Max Muncy at 172 against lefties. Freddie Freeman, if his ankle allows him to play, was actually worse against lefties. 250 average with less power versus 300 against righties. Gavin Lux, 152 against southpaws. Peterson could be back into rotation after he pitched in relief against the Brewers and the Phillies. Francisco Alvarez fouls this one to right. The more lefty innings the Mets can throw at the Dodgers, the better for New York. The Mets' biggest weakness is the bullpen. That makes Edwin Diaz a pivotal character. Diaz is the best reliever the Mets employ. Of a triple-digit fastball and a wipeout slider, but after missing all of 2023 of a torn ACL, delivered to center field down. Kevin Kiermaier picks it up. Now moving Iglesias to second. Diaz briefly lost his job in June, suspended for a sticky substance usage in June. He has been both bad and great at the same time. Uneven recently amid heavy usage, blowing a lead in Game 2 against the Phillies and walking 2 batters to begin the 9th inning in Game 4 before he got back on track. The Mets needed to dominate every time he's on the mound, being efficient and throwing strikes. If he is vintage Edwin Diaz, the Mets have a weapon to shrink the games. Pete Alonso has to keep it going. And while he didn't have his best season, this is the bottom left side on a slider 90. The strikeouts really piled up in August and September, fanning 74 times in 54 games. You have Francisco Lindor on the plate. He can he can cut this lead in half with 1 deep ball. After he hit 4 opposite field home runs in the regular season, all 3 of his home runs have gone to right field. 273, 433, 727. Have to love the 7 walks against a manageable 8 strikeouts in 7 games. If he stays in that zone, the Mets have the power bat they need in the middle of the lineup behind Lindor, Vientos, and Nemo. At the Dodgers, they have pitched 31 consecutive scoreless innings. The Orioles, 33 straight. That is the record. The 0-2, upstairs, on a fastball 96. Bullpen has been the most impressive thing for the Dodgers. And given the multitude of injuries to the starting pitchers, the Dodgers knew they'd be heavily relying on the relievers in October. And they have answered. The Mets bullpen, however, batting .278 off relievers this year. The 1-2. Foul back again. 95 this time. Lindor will stay alive. The Dodgers navigating this postseason what amounts to a 3-man rotation. All 3 of the starters have had their share of struggles. But the Dodgers also have as many as 7 high-leverage relievers to deploy in relief with them. They have also shown resilience. Hasn't been their forte in recent postseasons. The 1-2. Oh, that's spiked. Will Smith has to run. He picks it up. Nobody moves. 2-2. Many picked the Padres to defeat the Dodgers in the NLDS, especially after San Diego went up 2-1. Evan Phillips warming up at the bullpen right now. It didn't let the Padres' antics get to them, and they won despite a hobble Freddie Freeman. Showed they can win games in which Ohtani doesn't have to be Superman. Lindor gets a fastball. Kiermaier's right there. Makes the catch. The throw to third. Does that move the bases? No. 2 up and 2 away as Lindor will sit down. Now it's Vientos. Iglesias stays put at second base. Vientos 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a flyout. They show they can win games in which Ohtani doesn't have to be superhuman. Maybe they will this year, in a postseason which few expected the Dodgers to win. With Lindor's 6-inning grand slam off Estevez, who had mostly excelled as the Phillies closer since coming in before the trade deadline, the Mets seem to have something special going on. Ouch! Vientos fouls off himself. Water magic has manifested as of late for New York. They won 6 of 9 games dating back to the September 30 doubleheader against the Braves that served as their regular season finale. 5 of those wins saw them cover behind, 3 of them after the 7th inning. And though resiliency is nice, at some point they need to have better results with the starting pitching. Winning a 5-game series with 2 off days while relying extensively on the bullpen is one thing. It's hard to do in a 7-game series. The Mets have their own resiliency as well. Dramatic comebacks to beat the Braves to clinch a playoff spot, beating the Brewers to advance, and them knocking out the Phillies. Outside on a slider, 89, it was at the bottom side. The Rays against 3 at the closest in that game. Kike Hernandez. A name in which nobody expected, but the Dodgers got him specifically for October moments. And he showed exactly why. 1-1. Called strike 2. Looked to be too low to be called a strike, but that was a shock. It was low on a slider. Wow. That was not a strike for the most part. Fans waving their rally towels. Timeout is called for a brief moment. Next pitch will be Hudson's 20th. On the way. Low drive and a big miss on a slider. And that'll put away Mark Vientos. That'll bring us to the bottom of the 8th. Flying high here are the Dodgers. 6-0 they lead. may be on their last 3 outs. And that may be all they need. As they're up 6-0. Kike Hernandez. He is up. Batting 7th. Then Kevin Kiermaier on his first at-bat of this postseason. Followed by Tommy Edman. Harrison Bader at center field. Taking the place of Tyrone Taylor. Jeff McNeil was a pinch hitter. Jeff McNeil was a pinch hitter. He went 0 for 1. So McNeil, he lined up to short on his only at-bat. The Calgary Flames, they defeated the Oilers 4-1. The Stars 2-0 as Kike gets it over to center. Down! Short of Bader for a base hit. And a hand waving by Kike. Getting this party started. So tomorrow, could likely have coverage of the Guardians and the Yankees. Starts at 7:30. Game 1 of that series in the ALCS. Yet to figure out the starters for that game. But last we checked on the Bengals and the Giants, it is 10-7 Bengals. The Giants are driving though. They're in the 4th quarter right now. So Kevin Kiermaier's up. Batted 197 on the season. First at-bat of the postseason for him. It's upstairs, 550 OPS. Traded mid-season from Toronto to Los Angeles, being a defensive acquisition. This is his last season of his career. He announced that he will retire by season's end. 1-0. Swing and a miss. It went upstairs on a fastball. Sean Manaea will pitch for the Mets tomorrow. The Dodgers have not decided on a starter. Walker Buehler may be an option. Bullpen game could also be, but the Mets are strong against relievers. The 1-1. Another swing and a miss. It came on a fastball at 1-2. Tomorrow's pitching matchup will be Alex Cobb and Carlos Rodon. Garrett Cole got the start in Game 4 of the ALDS against the Royals and got the win for them. It'll be Rodon's turn this time around. Against Cobb. The 1-2. Kiermaier fouls back. Buto on a fastball at 96 miles an hour. Current time is 10:48 p.m. Eastern Time. It is 6-0 Dodgers. Runner at first. 1-2 count. No outs. 2-2 now. It's at the right. 16 pitches in for Buto. That was on a changeup. 89 miles an hour. And Shohei Ohtani is ready. The 2-2. That is spiked. 89 is now a full count. It's already one error for the Mets thus far. Dodgers up 6-0. You have Tommy Edman on deck. I realized I didn't have my camera on. Kiermaier fielded by Alonso. And this was up high. Oh my goodness. It's a fielder's choice and it's an error. Kiermaier is safe at first base on a throwing error by Pete Alonso. The throw was a little up high as Francisco Lindor had to hop off the plate to make the catch and thus could not tag Kike Alonso. Kike Hernandez. Just what in the absolute wide world are we seeing? Tommy Edman, sack, bunt, base hit, run, and RBI. Has himself a complete game in this matchup. And he has a runner in scoring position. That is Kike Hernandez. Edman shows bunt. Oh, that's way up high. That goes into the crowd. Someone's going to get it. Someone's going to bring a souvenir home. The only way the Dodgers can get out is a triple play. Can help because Kevin Kiermaier is not the fastest guy on the bases. More of an outfielder and a defensive player. 0-1 count. It is Edman. And Mark Pryor calling on the bullpen. Already. Delivery from Buteau and a swing and a miss. It is a fastball. As that was upstairs, 95 miles an hour and an 0-2 count already for Edman. Bottom of the 8th, Dodgers lead 6-0. That 4th inning was the main difference. Tommy Edman scoring a fielding error by Starling Marte. They score it. Edman skies it. That is fouled back. So stay alive. So Edman scoring that fielding error by Marte, which moved Ohtani to second. It is not an RBI double. It's an RBI base hit. That moved Edman all the way from first base to all the way to home, as this is all up high. Fastball, 95. Ben Kasparius and Anthony Banda both warming up. And Dave Roberts going to make the call. Kasparius has not pitched this postseason, but he is taking the place of Michael Grove. 2-2 as this fastball is to the right. And for such, Kike Hernandez being brought back to the Dodgers, specifically for October moments. And it showed why with a huge home run in the Game 5 victory. They believe he has the ability to rise to the occasion in October. This one line up to center. Bader has it. Nobody moves. 1 up and 1 away. So Shohei Ohtani, he's up. And he is 6 of 8 with runners on base. 102.4 mile an hour exit velocity last time around for Ohtani. And then another one. He went at 116.5 miles an hour. That's his one up front. And he is delivered in this game. Ohtani's taking his turn. 16 for his last 19 with runners in scoring position. 6 home runs, 24 RBI. And Kike's production at the bottom of the order is going to be critical to giving Ohtani opportunities with runners on base. A situation he has excelled in lately. Mookie Betts broke out of his postseason slump with the home runs against the Padres, and he has to keep this going. Especially given the left-handed starters that the Mets will be able to roll out. Especially with Freddie Freeman's availability and production is going to be a concern throughout this series. Ducks and Golden Knights in the first intermission. They are tied 1 apiece. It's a turnover on downs for the New York Giants. So the Bengals begin at their own 36. Jones incomplete on a short pass short middle to Darius Slayton. The lone touchdown came for 1 yard out from Tyrone Tracy for New York. Greg Joseph doesn't really have the leg. The 1-0 is downstairs at 90. And even so, it'll be a 54-yarder for Joseph. And Ohtani has the shoes of his dogs. 2-0. Downstairs, 3-0. It was on a sweeper so far. Danger area for Jose Buteau. Ole, 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 ole. Played by the organist here at Dodger Stadium. 3-0 with 1 out. A double play can really help the Mets bring this closer to the end. And that is a 4-pitch walk. And Ohtani leads to the bases loaded. Could it be a double-digit burger here for Mookie Betts? A grand slam can really help it. Teoscar Hernandez hit the 6th grand slam in Dodgers postseason history. Mookie Betts wants to make it 7. And that could put a damper in the Mets' comeback hopes. First pitch, and Mookie might have fouled this one. 0-1. It is a foul ball on a sinker 95. Got it off himself. No worse for wear. Ohtani at first base. And Ohtani has stolen the show thus far. He's over at first base with Coach Quayton McCullough, who's the first base coach. Dino Ebo, the third base coach for the Dodgers. And the call being made by Josh Bard, the Dodgers bullpen coach. 1-1 count for Betts. 2-1. This sinker was a 94 miles an hour. For DH, as great as he has been this year, on a 50-50 season, he's continuing to impress. MVP caliber performances like this one. Betts slashes this pass, has third base. Mark Vientos hits the wall. 1 is in. 2 is in. And how about 3? It's a bases clearing RBI double for Mookie Betts. So what if it is a former World Series champion like Mookie Betts, or a first-timer in postseason action like Shohei Ohtani, or a reliable defensive piece like Kevin Kiermaier, or even a Mr. October like Kike Hernandez? Every which way, the Dodgers are getting the best of this game, and they make it 9-0 off Mookie's RBI double to bring in all of Kike Hernandez, Kevin Kiermaier, and Shohei Ohtani on a bases clearing RBI double. 9-0. To say the least, LA has put a clinic here tonight. Ole, 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 ole. As the Dodgers can go home happy and take the rest of this game onwards. It's a fastball at 94. 2-0 count for Chris Taylor, who is now in the game in the place of Freddie Freeman. And Taylor, he takes strike 1. It was a little upstairs. On a strike looking to the left side. 2-1 count for Taylor, who is in the game. That's another fastball from Buteau. It's a 3-1 count. Usually he's going with the fastballs over the high side. Gotta locate it. And that last goal from Calgary, by the way, an empty netter by Connor Zary. Not the highlight reel that was his game winner against Vancouver. As this is picked up by Vientos to put away Taylor. It does move Mookie Betts to third base. High five with Dino Ebo. And take a look at Sean Manaea, who is the projected Game 2 starter for the Mets. We have yet to find out who will be the Game 2 starter for the Dodgers. And Teoscar Hernandez is coming back onto the plate. Buteau has thrown 37 times. You're at the 2-minute warning. The Bengals at 2nd and 3. 1 first down can end it for them. First pitch. Wow. Teoscar got out of the way of that one. That looked to be very wild indeed. The Dodgers are on a 23-0 scoring run, the second longest in postseason history, only behind the 1996 Atlanta Braves, who went on a 25-0 scoring run. That fit at the top right corner on a sinker at 94 miles an hour. This one, 1-0. 2-1 actually. And Teoscar, one of the best batters for the Dodgers, backing this one up. Could he deliver another one? 2-1. And Teoscar check swing at first. Did not go. It's 3-1 on the count. Another delivery will be special for the Dodgers. They don't need to score again, but a base hit could expand this lead even more. And Dodgers fans going home happy. It's a party all over Los Angeles. The 3-1. Sky fouled. It's in the territory. Does this reach the dugout? It will. It'll be a full count. Benny and the Jets being played here by the organist, the Dodgers. Well, the organist can play a lot of different songs. Ole, ole, ole. They Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Benny and the Jets by Elton John. So we have to pay our pitch, and that'll end Teoscar's night at the plate. Swung on it, missed it. Dodgers up 9-0, headed to the knife, and they can coast home with the final 3 outs. We'll be back. Game 1 has been all Dodgers. From start to finish, they have controlled this game since the opening at-bat. 9-0. 9 hits for LA, 3 for the Mets. Perhaps some chances to get something themselves. Ben Kasparius, in his first postseason action, made his MLB debut in August 31st. He is taking the place of the injured Michael Grove. Strike 1 is at the top left. 1-1 count. To the Bengals, they score a second touchdown. Chase Brown a 30-yard run. The only scorers have been from touchdowns. Andy Pages in at left field. And a wild swing and miss for Luis Angel Acuna in the place of Brandon Nimmo. Acuna, 22 years old, called up from the AAA. He's pinch hitting for Brandon Nimmo. Oh, that was low. Over at shallow center and backing up was Chris Taylor. 2 more outs. Taylor is in at second base. Andy Pages in at left field, in the place of Teoscar Hernandez. So that's 32 consecutive scoreless innings for the Dodgers. Second longest streak in MLB history, right behind the 1966 Orioles of 33 consecutive, and they passed the 1974 Oakland Athletics of 30 straight. Line to left for the foul. He wanted to make history here. Pete Alonso wants to spoil it. Maybe. So Alonso facing an 0-1 count. He's been one of the better at-bats for the Mets. And the scoreless inning streak continuing on. Here's the 0-1. Just outside at the top right corner. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And Kasparius, first postseason game of his career. The 1-1. Popped up. Shallow left field. It's Tommy Edman there. And the Mets are down to their last out. It is Starling Marte, who is up now. Jesse Winker on deck should Marte reach. Kasparius looking to continue to make history here in continuing the scoreless inning streak at 32 consecutive. First pitch, upstairs on a fastball 95. So history on the line. Getting the last out and not allowing a run would tie the record. 1-0. Foul right. Another fastball there from Kasparius. Grove wore number 78 last year. That's the number that Kasparius is wearing this year. Grove has switched to the number 29. On LA. The 1-1. Foul back this time on a slider. 1-2, and now the Mets are down to their last strike. Ducks and Golden Knights are back on the wave, by the way. And the Giants have used their last timeout. Bengals lead 17-7. The 1-2. It's in and out. On a slider. So game 2 will be here at Dodger Stadium. The 2-2. Fouled right from Marte on a fastball 96. Mets have just 3 hits. 1 each. Jesse Winker, Jose Iglesias, Francisco Alvarez. No one else. The 2-2. Number 33. The Los Angeles Dodgers have pitched 33 consecutive scoreless postseason innings. 9-0 in game 1. They're the 3rd team with 3 consecutive shutouts in postseason history, joining the 1905 New York Giants, now known as the San Francisco Giants, and the 1966 Baltimore Orioles in those 2 statistics. Everyone on the pitching staff got the job done. Jack Flaherty gets the win. 7 innings pitched, allowing 2 hits, struck out 6, issued 2 walks. The loss to Kodai Senga didn't make it out the 2nd inning, where he allowed 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and 4 walks. Did not get a strikeout of any batter from the Dodgers. Everyone's celebrating here in LA. They take game 1 of this best of 7 series in the NLCS. That's going to do it here from Dodger Stadium. I am Alec Nava. Tomorrow, it'll be the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians for game 1 of the ALCS. Until then, we say good night from the City of Angels.